trying to stop the music, but it's not stopping. There we go. Okay. So we're live here tonight. This is the first session of the of uh-oh, second. I got an echo, guys. Oh my gosh. Uh Hold on. What is going on? Let's see. Um Wonder. I got two of them here, I think. All right. Now, do I have an echo? Okay. Guess what? I had the YouTube channel up and it was echoing everything. So there's a couple seconds on. Well, welcome everybody. We got a lot of people already on here, guys, and I got some people in the what we call the green room, I guess you call it, and they're ready to jump on here. But first, I just want to welcome you guys for this week's first matchup. Keith is still in the mountains of Canada trying to get home so he can get on here tonight. He had to pick up a couple of Crescent kayaks, I think, in Washington, and I don't know if it was a 12-hour. I don't. It was a long trip he took, I know. But anyway, and of course, you guys know that I've been on some trips. Just got back from this a deal down in Missouri with Hope Ministries, and I'm wearing the winner's cap. Gene Campbell will be happy with this. The True Patriot Outfitters, they won it, so I'm wearing their hat tonight. And that was a pretty cool deal. And then I'm taking off tomorrow for the Nebraska State Championship, which is this weekend. So it never ends. And tonight we have some really cool yak anglers that have created some builds that are just phenomenal. I was watching their videos, previewing things, and they're incredible. That one, the one with the outrigger looks like a big old cannon on there, from a distance. Looks like a battleship. And then, of course, we have both of them are from the Northwest. And so it's going to be really cool to talk to them because Keith and I were up where Crystal's going to be on here. We were up there where they kind of live this past summer fishing as well. And so we can kind of relate to what they do up there. And we'll try to fill you guys in. So anyway, without further ado, let's get these guys in here. And Brandon Hewitt is on another podcast with Wendell Fishing tonight, and he will join us a little bit later. But we have Crystal, and I hope I pronounce it right. She'll tell me if I didn't. Borkes or Bork, I think it's Borkes. And Kyle, her husband Kyle, they're going to be on here, and then we've got Chris Bolware from Hoodoo Kayaks, and here they are. Change of scenery here, guys. Did I get it right, Crystal?
Close. Borkes.
Borkes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's Canadian, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll say yes.
Okay. And then Chris Bolware from Hoodoo Kayaks, who's a proud sponsor of the YakOffs. This is our second round of this. And the first one was like just so much fun. And we met so many people. And for me you guys, I know Chris, but I didn't know you guys before you were selected. And you probably don't even know me because I'm down in in Nebraska where we grow corn, all right, and beef. Anyway, I've been doing this almost 3 decades, and I've seen it from the beginning where there were no accessories. We didn't have anything on there. The rod holders came quick, but what you guys are doing with these kayaks is just phenomenal, But what I want to do though, Crystal, is we want to give Chris some love here and let him talk about Hoodoo for a second. And we're going to bring but let's do this. Where are you guys located?
We are on Vancouver Island, BC, in Ladysmith, Canada.
Is that the northern or southern part?
South Central.
South
Central. Yeah.
Okay, so you got a lot of fishing up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I think you guys have some feedback on your end. Is it a good connection there?
I think so.
Okay. There's some static coming off your.
It might be the mic.
Yeah. It's really sensitive. It sounds like.
Okay, we'll turn it down a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you might. Yeah, that might. Yeah, there you go. That helps a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, Chris, let's hear about Hoodoo. What's going on at Hoodoo right now?
Yeah, we just working out all the bugs this first episode here, huh?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
no, we're I'm even further south than you. We're down in Houston, Texas. So we're Hoodoo's based in Cypress, Texas, so suburb of Houston. So we've been there since 2019, and really just with the goal of creating and offering approachable fishing kayaks. So we've got 7 total plus a micro skiff, different models of kayaks, and 2 paddle only, 2 propeller, 3 propeller now actually, and then 2 fin drive. So we've got a good little mashup of kayaks, and yeah, it's been fun. I remember just talking with Keith. I know he's not on here tonight, but talked with him about doing the YakOffs last year. It was like, sure, this sounds like a blast. Like, let's talk with some other anglers or different parts of the country and see what they've done with their kayaks, and maybe we'll steal some ideas. And yeah, it's been fun. So looking forward to chatting with you guys tonight. And
Yeah,
yeah,
great. And then so it's going pretty. And you were at ICAST, right? You were at ICAST.
yeah, I was there for the first time, my first time this
Yeah,
year. Yeah,
yeah.
so I got to just kind of mingle and network and see all the cool stuff that was coming out. It's a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you, you sponsored one of our events, our doggy paddle, and the kid that won that kayak is in heaven, man. He just eats it up. He goes, he fishes farm ponds, and it's perfect for that. The kayak he won.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it,
just throw and go.
fits in the back of the pickup and takes off and goes. I haven't seen him since. I don't think he went back to school, to be honest with you. I'm
Well,
serious.
he's thinking, well, Marty's over here probably making a good living on this, fishing content
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, right.
Maybe I could do that.
I don't know. I'd have to get some bigger checks from tournaments for that.
Should I get on his podcast too? Do you think that's probably a good idea?
There you go. Yeah, I know he's got one. But the kids here, though, they saw that and stuff, and it was really cool how he was talking the whole day about boy, I hope I win that kayak, and he won it. And by the way, Crystal, the way he won it was we threw bobbers out in the lake, and you had to go find a bobber during the tournament. It was paddle only, which I know you like, and he goes out there and he found the bobber number 1, brought it back, and number 1 was drawn. The bobbers went in the box and it was drawn, so he won the kayak. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
I think you talked me into giving that away the first time I was on with you. So
Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah, that was awesome. And we got a comment here. We'll probably get some comments. Oh, got a former student here. Get a lot of former students. John, old John. And anyway,
what did you coach?
Huh?
What'd you coach?
I've coached everything, but I was a high school varsity football coach, head coach, for many years. I was a track coach, basketball coach, wrestling coach. Gosh, you name it. I didn't do volleyball, I guess, or golf, but most everything else, I did. I was in education for 40 years, and I was a principal, administrator guy, teacher, whatever, all that good stuff. And still teach. I still sub. You know that.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, let's get to you, Crystal. And what's going to happen here is Brandon's going to come on a little later. Keith's going to come on a little. Chris is going to hang out with us here, and we're going to talk kayak fishing. And first of all, let's do this. So, Crystal and Kyle, did you guys start kayak fishing at the same time, or did one entice the other to go kayak fishing?
Well, Kyle kind of enticed me. Actually, before I started kayak fishing, I had no previous saltwater experience.
Really?
Yeah, in our early days of dating, we were bank fishermen, so just bass and trout fishing from the shore. And Kyle, he grew up spending summers on the west coast of the island, and he's always loved fishing. And we have 4 kids, so we're very busy, and that kind of took precedence in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they're little, the fishing kind of stopped. And when we have twins, our youngest are twins, and when they were about, I think, 3 or 4, he was like, you know what, I want to get a boat, like I want to get out fishing. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know, our kids are still so little. And he discovered a YouTube video of someone catching a marlin off a kayak, and he was sold. He's like, I'm getting us kayaks. I'm like, me? Like, what? And he's like, yeah, you're doing this with me.
Wow. Was it Jim Salmon's, Kyle?
It was put me on the spot here. Robert Field and
Robert Field. Okay.
Yeah.
That was down in South America there. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. So that got you going, huh?
Yeah.
And what did you have any fears? Because when we went up there, it was like, you could be eaten at any moment.
Totally.
Did you have any fears at all when you went out there?
I'm the more cautious one of the couple here, so I definitely was like, oh, I don't know. We're putting all our eggs in one basket. We got 4 kids we got to get home to, and I'm so glad though that Kyle pushed me to try something completely new. Especially like I had no saltwater fishing experience to begin with. That alone is a lot of learning, and then throwing the kayak element in there, it was like, whoa. So I was pretty overwhelmed in the beginning for sure.
And what's cool is like you're throwing a cannonball in the water now for a weight. I mean, it's unbelievable. And at the same time, you're fishing in probably, over 100 feet of water, I'll bet.
Yeah.
Wow. And we're going to get into your kayak in a little bit, when we get Brandon on here. But mainly we're just going to talk about so how many years has this been since you started?
It's our 5th season. Yeah.
5th season. And did you start with an Old Town kayak or did you have a different kayak?
I've had the same kayak the whole time.
Same kayak.
Yeah.
Wow. Hi, Michael Thomas. He's a good friend. So does Kyle have the same Old Town? Same rig? You guys rigged it up together?
Yeah, they're both identical.
Okay.
Matching boats.
This is what I want to find out too, because you had, is it pronounced Navarre or Navarre?
I think it's Navarre.
Navarre.
I have never seen that, so I looked it up. They must make some more durable parts for kayaks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just some parts that are easily replaceable that add the ability to add more accessories.
Okay, that was very intriguing how you kind of beefed up your kayak for heavier duty fishing, because obviously you're not catching 3-pound fish, you're catching giant fish.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And is it mostly, let's talk about the species for a little bit before we get into the kayak too. You can go ahead. Ling cod, salmon, what do we got? Halibut?
Yeah.
All of it.
All of the above.
Yeah.
What's
all
the biggest fish you've caught off a kayak?
This past summer was my biggest one. I caught a 35-inch Chinook, and it was a fat one. It was about 22 pounds. So, yeah.
Did it scream your reel?
Yeah, it definitely did. The funny thing is, I thought I had hit bottom, just the way the fish took the lure. And I was like, oh no, did my cannonball hit the bottom? No, it was a fish. And it took me a second to realize. And there was a boat behind me, and they're hooting and hollering. And I see this fish jump, and I'm like, oh, that's my fish. I have a fish on. It took me a second to realize what was happening. So.
And so, did you guys I'm using those little flashers and trolling type things. Did you guys fish out of a boat before you did the kayak, or did you just start doing that with the kayak?
Kyle had fished out of a boat. Like I said, he grew up in Ucluelet, so spending summers there fishing. I guess I'm kind of lying when I say I had zero experience. I fished once from a boat, and I was really seasick, so I didn't do a whole lot of fishing. I think I partially reeled in one fish with Kyle's help. So, I just kind of jumped right into all of it.
Wow. So, okay, so I was going to say here, because there's a lot of things I wanted to ask you, but how far out do you guys go when you go fishing off the coast?
Sometimes our fishing grounds, the fishing's pretty close. It's like 1 kilometer offshore, but we've gone as far as 6 kilometers out.
That's 18 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Will be less.
No, wait.
It would be,
Yeah, the other way.
Like
5
4 or 5
kilometers or 3 miles. So how many kilometers?
I think it's
About 6. It was the furthest.
Okay, so three or 3
or
miles
4
maybe? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And have you been caught in any storms out there? Or high wind?
Yes. Actually, in the hype video we posted, you can see that one shot where I'm riding some pretty nasty waves, and
Wow.
we checked the weather 3, 4, 5 times on different platforms. We're like, yeah, we're good to go. The weatherman was severely wrong, and we were 6K offshore, and the wind picked up to about 40, 50 kilometers an hour. It was a little scary, but we made it back. So
wow. And the other thing is, in your video, which people can watch, and we're going to show how to get there in a little bit for those guys that are watching and those that will watch later. You did a lot with the safety part as well. You've got a ladder, step ladder, and I've got one of those too. The step ladder, in case you would roll your kayak out in the water there. Do you carry a VHF radio with you? You didn't mention that.
Yes,
you do?
we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, and then you talked about your PFD, which is a special PFD. I noticed that you wore. Do you wear any cold weather gear?
We do have dry. Yeah, we do have dry suits that we wear, and I'll wear some base layers underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because what's the water temp when you're out there?
It's like 45, 50 degrees.
Yeah.
It doesn't really change all that much throughout the year, but at least if we do flip, we can get out in the summertime or get back into the kayak and dry off, and it'll be warm outside. But usually, probably October to April, we're in dry suits, and then it just gets too hot to be.
It becomes actually more of a hazard. We wore dry suits out once beginning of May, and it got up to like 28 degrees while we were out there, and we both were sweating too much, got a little dizzy. So
So when we went up, we wore like I just wore like what do you call it? Semi-dry suit type thing, like polka dot wader pants and a splashed shirt. The water was like 49, so if we went in, it was not going to be very good. It's salt water, so it's a little different than fresh water, I know. But you can still get hypothermia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, so what kind of a float plan do you do before you go out? Do you tell anybody? Do you go by yourself or go together?
Kyle will go by himself, which I don't love. I'm not into that. I don't go without someone else. But yeah, we use an app called the 360 app.
Yeah.
So we always let people know where we're going, what time we plan on leaving. If he's going out by himself, he'll call me and say, "I'm just launching now." And then we always let people know when we're coming back in. So.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to change gears again. When you guys accessorized your kayaks, I mean, and Chris, when you see this, have you seen this yet? Wait, when you see what they've done to their kayak, it's amazing what they've done. But what did you watch? YouTube videos, or do you just come up by yourself? Because like when I started and we had the kayak, it was a big deal to change a handle. Or put PVC in a milk jug basket and use those I can't think right now zip ties to tie it in there. That was a big deal 20 years ago. Now it's like you guys are putting on parts that are just amazing and very durable. How did you get those ideas, or did you research it?
I think both.
A lot of trial and error and a lot of money spent in the error part.
I think it took us I think last year was when we felt like, hey, our boats are good now. Like it was a lot of trial and error, changing parts out. Like for example, my first downrigger system was the Scotty Lake Troller. Like, now I've got a big cannon on there. So just a lot of trial and error. And Kyle's the research guy. He'll go down the rabbit hole at night on YouTube and do the research.
So have you guys influenced others the same way, or have they influenced you more, or are you influencing all the people around? And is there a lot of people doing what you're doing up there?
Yeah, I think it's growing. Obviously, a lot slower than it would in the States because we don't have the population up here, but it is catching on. And I hope we're influencing people and they can learn from our mistakes. We always post the boat overview video every year on YouTube and what gear we're running. So hopefully we can save some people some money out there.
Yeah, our goal is to just grow this sport, and also too coming from the perspective of being a married couple with a big family, that just having something for us special between him and I, and that it is possible and doable.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And by the way, the people that are watching this, Kyle and I'm losing my names now. Crystal.
Yes.
Kyle and Crystal, they are from Vancouver Island, British Columbia. And have you lived on the island your whole life?
I have. Yeah.
You have. Okay.
I was from one province over, but
okay.
I've grown up here. I have a lot of family here, so
okay,
more or less.
And do you guys hunt as well?
No hunting yet.
No hunting yet. Okay.
That's another investment that we need to
make. Have you had any experiences with, for instance, like otters or seals or whales or anything like that?
You want to tell about the otter? That was
cool.
Yeah, so I had a sea otter climb into the back of my kayak.
Oh man!
I have the video on our Instagram. They're a lot bigger than you think they are.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
I was worried he was going to flip the kayak, and I couldn't get into shore because of him. It was a surf launch, so we got like 4 or 5 foot waves crashing on the beach. And I'm trying to, just going back and forth until this guy finally hops out of my kayak. But he was there for about 20 minutes.
Oh man!
Chewing up the camera boom, and he chewed up my reels that I borrowed for the day. And
he's pretty cute though, but
wow.
And, I think it was a couple years ago we had a pretty cool encounter with a whale, and I believe it was a mink whale. They're called. They almost look like a humpback, but a little bit smaller, still huge in person. I love the whales. Like, I think it's exhilarating to see them, but I'm always a little bit more nervous of a orca, just because they're more curious and they'll like come right under your boat. So I thought it was an orca at first, and I'm like, Kyle, there's a dorsal fin. Like, I'm freaking out, and he's like, I don't know, just maybe pull your gear up. So I'm pulling up my gear, and then I get a fish on, and I'm like, oh, I got a fish on. Where do I go? Where's this whale? And then it surfaced again, like right behind Kyle, and it was chaos. He got hooked on my downrigger line. He thinks he's got a fish on, but he's hooked on to me, and this whale's still swimming around. I landed the fish, so that was great. But it was pretty fun.
Wow. Yeah, we had a whale come up next to us as well. I missed it. I had my headphones in. It was so fast that all I heard was the spout. And I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Jeff. It was, oh man, I can't think of his name right now. But his eyes were still like out of the socket. So Chris, what you got any questions, Chris, for them?
No, none of this relates to me because here in Texas, we're in most of the Galveston Bay, which is close to us, is 1 to 2 feet of water, and you might see a porpoise here or there, which usually you see them, it's like, well, I'll just go find another spot. They scare all the fish away. But, no, it's just, I'm just amazed. I love that part of the country, but I have no experience fishing or even kayaking in that. So I'm just, oh, whales, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Now, and the thing is, I know you mentioned your sonar unit. When we were up there, and I don't know if you've heard of Chad Gerlich, he runs hookup baits, and all we used were hookup baits. It was amazing. But what he did was he had Navionics on his phone. I did too. We were the only two that had it, and I was watching them. We were fishing, and he would stop. He goes, up. They'll be right here. And I'm like, what? How is he finding this stuff? Well, he was using Navionics to find rock, and when we found rock, we found fish.
Yeah.
So that's how I looked at my phone. I got on the edges and I started catching fish as well. But all the other guys, they'd follow us in there to help out, get everybody getting fish. Is that kind of what you do, or you're not really looking at the fish? You're looking at the structure.
Yeah, we mainly look at the structure. So we do use Navionics as well to try new spots. We're like, hey, that looks like a good reef. We can check that out, and then we use our Garmin as well.
Yeah. Now, but the salmon, though, they're everywhere, aren't they?
Salmon, we're basically just looking for bait.
Yeah.
We're looking for bait fish swimming around, and then also too how we use the downriggers or the fish finders to see how deep our cam ball is, because it shows up on the fish finder.
Oh,
and just our speed too.
I see. How fast are you trolling?
anything over 1.5 miles an hour is what we kind of aim for in the kayak. Like if you really try and push it like 2.5 miles an hour, you'll burn out pretty quick, especially dragging an 8-pound cannonball in the water.
Now, I do want to interject here. You guys that are listening, these guys are not using motors. They're using foot power and pedal power to move their kayaks. I think that's pretty cool that you're doing that. And you're getting a workout. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
When you're out there.
There's been times I get out of my boat and my legs just want to like almost wobble right down onto my butt.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I mean, I have a motor, but it's only because I got to race guys to spots and tournaments sometimes. And otherwise, I don't ever have my motor on. I just like go pedal or paddle around, out there. But I was very intrigued by that and I do know what it's like not to have a motor up there in the ocean because my battery ran out and I was like 6 or 7 miles away from the lodge and going against the 20-something mile an hour wind and the tide. Wow. I had to pedal and paddle. I was pedaling and paddling at the same time trying to get back. And I was toasting when I got back. But that's where it can get dangerous, I think, too, is if you guys get strong tides and currents.
Oh, yeah. Then it's just like you're on a treadmill.
Yeah.
You'll be pedaling as hard as you can, and you won't be going anywhere. It's actually kind of a scary feeling. I'm more scared of the current than I am the waves.
Yeah, there you go. And I know I fished for thresher sharks once with Jim Salmons down in La Jolla, California, and we went out with the tide and came in with the tide. You do some of that too?
Yeah, we try to.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then let's see. Keith says he'll be here in just a couple minutes, so we'll get him on here. But I do want to ask Chris though that down there in Hoodooville, that are you now? You guys don't do like a rental thing or anything like that, demo thing down there?
No, we don't. We just do the manufacturing and then distribution. Yeah. So we've got some dealers throughout the country that may or may not do some rental, but we don't directly now.
Okay. And you're just mainly just shipping them out to all the dealers in the country. And anybody in Canada you're shipping to yet?
We don't. Only the lower 48, unfortunately.
Okay. And the next question is, have you guys been in the United States before?
Yeah, we've been to
Vegas
and Hawaii.
Vegas and Hawaii, yeah.
That's about it. Don't let that be an image of what we are. Now, I lived in Hawaii, so I know what that's like. And I also have gone through Vegas many times, but it's not like it is everywhere else.
Probably a little different than Texas or Nebraska.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bet.
Yeah, it's way different. But so anyway, hopefully Keith's going to get on here. Hopefully we're going to get Brandon on here too. But you guys, this is really cool, and I'm sure that I'm hoping that we have some questions coming on here, from people watching. So if any of you guys out there watching have questions, it'd be great that you ask them so we can find out more information here. But I'm not going to go to the video and all the specs until we get Brandon on here. That way we can go back and forth on that a little bit. And of course, Keith's probably going to have some things too. And between Keith and I, no one ever gets a word in, so we got to be careful of that. Right, Chris?
Yeah, you're not wrong. So I'm curious, Crystal. I guess why no motor? It seems like just like the trend that we're seeing, like everybody, especially competitive fishers, like either bow or stern or whatever it ends up being, like everybody's got a motor. I'm curious why you don't have one.
Yeah. I'm not like 100% opposed to it. I think for me, it's just such a primitive way to fish, and I like the challenge. I like, it feels good when you've been pedaling around for a few hours and you finally catch that big one. It feels very rewarding. So I just like that physical challenge and the mental challenge too. That being said, though, Kyle and I have discussed having one on the boat, charged, ready to go, for instances where we do get caught in bad weather and things change, because they can change fast on the oceans.
And that's the same for me with emergency wise. If I'm on a big lake in Texas and a storm comes in, I want to be able to get back, and so that motor can come in handy for that. I totally understand that. That's a good idea. you know. Now, and you guys keep a very simple setup, which we'll see here in a little bit, with your baits and stuff. How many rods do you take with you?
Usually 3 or 4 is kind of the max.
And they're all rigged the same, or are they rigged for different things?
Different things.
Okay.
Yeah. So I usually have a bait casting rod, and that'll be for like jigging salmon, which I don't do a ton. And then I've got my trolling rod, and then I've got my jigging rod. So one's usually a little bit heavier, and one will be more of a light action, which is really fun to catch the big ling on.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what we did. We did the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's a question from Michael. Do you ever get seasick in the kayak?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Really?
Yeah. There's I haven't found a remedy that'll take it away from us other than like over-the-counter medications.
Yeah.
It's grab all up here, but probably the same equivalent down there.
I know
it's only happened a couple times, but it's
you have?
Yeah, well, I find it's the swells more than like the wind.
Right. I remember we were up there one day we had 10 footers.
Oh my.
And we were fishing and everything would disappear and come back. You know, we're going up and down, up and down. And most of the guys were very close to getting very sick. Well, I think one did, but I didn't. I felt a little bit queasy, but I just kept my eyes focused on those peaks. And then I didn't get sick, but it was, but we were catching so many fish too. It was great. You know, while we're out there. Here we are in a 10-foot kayak, little Vibe kayaks out there.
Wow.
And stuff, you know, but yeah, so that's a great question though, Michael, on that. We don't, here we go. Oh, here you go. Jennifer has a good one. Have you ever flipped?
Not on purpose.
Knock on wood.
Or not by accident, I guess. We flipped on purpose.
We flip on purpose to practice in the lake. We've never flipped, thank goodness.
Yeah. And have you made any videos on that to help other people with?
Not yet. We're going to be working on that along with a dry suit video, probably in the winter. So we'll flip the kayaks in the winter and do some cold water stuff.
Well, here is, and we're going to get to Tanya's question here next. Here's something I want to let you guys know about. There is a course coming out, a safety course coming out called KFast. And what's going to happen is there's going to be levels to that course. There's a real basic level with an online course you take. There's a couple of friends who are doing this. I just help them with editing and so forth, and consulting and so forth. But it's very inexpensive course to take it, but you can work yourself up and actually be a teacher for it. And you actually get paid to help other people learn all this stuff as a certified instructor. So that's something on the road you guys might think of up there in Canada where you could offer that for people because you're going to save lives doing it. Because guys, it's happening all over where people are not wearing their PFDs or they're going out and not checking the weather, you know, things like that. And it's just terrible to see. But this KFast is going to really change things, we think, for the kayak anglers. And we're actually pushing for legislation on making PFDs mandatory in kayaks at all times because of what's happened. You know, there's been so many tragic things that have happened from that. And I know you guys are very safety conscious. I could tell by your video what you're saying tonight. You know, so anyway, here you go, Tanya. Can you explain the cannonball?
Yeah, I saw this one. I wanted to answer this too because this is foreign to us in shallow water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I use a downrigger. It's called a Canon Easy Troll, and I've got an 8-pound ball or weight. And you clip the ball to the line, and you usually let your line out drag behind you. And then when you descend the ball down, it takes your flasher and your lure down to the depth that you want to fish at. So say we're in like 120 feet of water and I'm wanting to fish at 80 feet. It'll keep my gear at 80 feet.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
These flashers and the lures that we use don't really weigh anything.
Yeah.
So we need a way to keep them down in the water. Otherwise, they just rise up behind us.
Yeah. And those flashers are like that long?
Yeah, they're about 11 inches or so. Or
10, 11
8
inches.
inches. Yeah, we have a couple different sizes.
And that's for the salmon mainly?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. And then, you know, I was in a store up there, a tackle shop up there on your island. I call it an island. It's a country, but it's an island, right? So it was a tackle shop, and they had like 20-pound cannonballs in there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, I was like, I couldn't even hardly lift it, let alone use it in a kayak or a boat.
There was someone out here, not in a kayak, just in a boat, and they just caught a fish that I think it was 35-pound salmon at 250 feet deep. So they're using 20-pound balls for sure.
So how far is that from your hook? Like you said, you let some line down and then clip the cannonball on. Like how many feet off?
Like 10 to 12 feet max, really. And I'll go longer if we're fishing deeper. But yeah, that's usually, we have like 20-foot, we top shot mono off a braid. So usually we're somewhere around there, just clipping. As soon as the mono runs out, we flip it on.
Gotcha.
Wow. Yeah. And so, do you like catching the lean cod then? You like catching those?
I love catching lean. It's so fun.
Have you tried those hookup baits?
No, not yet.
Oh, I'm going to tell you something. when you try those, you'll never switch back to anything else. They work for largemouth bass too, as well.
Oh wow!
Nice.
They work for everything. And by the way, Chad is a 5-time Angler of the Year in Southern California off the coast using his baits.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that's how good they are. I mean, we were literally using 7-ounce baits and catching tiny fish with those 7-ounce baits, even because they look like squid, too. But anyway, they have an action to them out there. But I'm telling you that I'm going to hook you guys up with him. That'd be pretty cool.
We are under contract with Gibbs Fishing. We should probably.
You are okay.
Yeah, we are.
Maybe they'll let us try them.
I'm free to be. You can send them my way.
Okay,
there you go.
There's some good bait. Yeah, we actually had some Gibbs stuff that the guys were using too. They sent us a bunch of stuff to use, then everybody saw Chad catching all those fish on those hookup baits, and everybody, I want one of those, and then we were all fishing them, just jigging them and stuff. And I caught a giant cabezon. I mean, gigantic. And I literally thought I was pulling up a parachute. They get up like a parachute,
They're ugly, and they taste great.
Yeah, they are. I thought we were in the Jurassic Park of fishing.
Yeah.
When we were up there. Guess who's here? We have Keith. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring him in. I'm gonna shrink him up. You're in the center spotlight there, buddy.
There we go.
You made it.
Sorry, guys. That was a long day. I left at 5 a.m. Went all the way to Washington to pick up some supplies. Just got back. Took a while.
Well, I got to tell you, Keith, these guys are interesting.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, thank God you're here because these guys are boring.
I told him you'd liven it up even more. So, no, it's been great, man.
He wasn't talking about me, unfortunately.
No, but it's nice to see you not in your garage, Chris.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go.
Or did you just paint your garage wall and put some pictures up?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pan the camera. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so what did I miss? What's going on?
We're just talking about the fishing up there, and a lot of it you and I experienced. Yeah. And it's kind of fun to know what it's like, but yet Keith, these guys are at an extreme level.
I know. They're different than what we were even doing. We were pretty sheltered in Kayakjak for sure.
Yeah, we were like little bluegill fishermen compared to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would, what they're doing, I might have a little fear of doing. I mean, she's had an orca swim around her before, Krista.
Oh yeah.
A minke whale. I thought it was orca.
Okay.
Which is still a whale. Yeah.
Well, I got to say, though, this for Marty, Marty was a trooper on that trip. I was the one, as you guys know, that organized that whole Sea Otter Lodge trip. So I was doing stuff for Susan Skip and doing stuff for the 13 other anglers. And I didn't really get to fish actually that much because I wanted to be make sure everybody was out. Everybody was doing what kind of they expected. So I didn't get to fish that much. That guy, I'm pointing at Marty, he was 4:30 in the morning, out all day long. His battery would die, and he paddled in 10-foot swells and all day, every day. He was a rock star.
The machine.
I just wanted to. I mean, it was just experience. It was like, and for me, the drug is in the tug. So, I'm a crack addict of fishing. Just,
Nice.
that's how it is, I guess. But anyway, no, it was fun. I'm so glad that Keith did that, and then now, what's cool is in this YakOff Awards, we are discovering things that we would have never known if it wasn't for this. I mean, like when I was in awe of your video, I just couldn't believe. I was like, this gal, she knows what she's doing. It's not like you're some random kayaker out there. I think I'll put this on there. You're doing this out of necessity and out of what you want to talk about in the water.
And you kind of have to. You're not on a Texas pond. You're on the Pacific Ocean. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And things
surrounded by great white sharks and killer whales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jennifer. Yeah, I'm 365, Jennifer.
Yeah.
The funny thing was, we went on our friend's boat this summer, and I was so out of my element, because I'm so used to fishing from a kayak and a confined space.
Oh yeah.
I'm netting the fish. I'm doing everything. I was like, what? Like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah. Someone nets the fish for me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I had to get in a boat a couple weeks ago with Ned Cady, the Ned Rig King, and I couldn't even cast because there was a guy on each side of me, and I was standing. I'm very like you. I'm uncomfortable with that. Mm-hmm. I want to be in my seat because you feel like you're part of the water when you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
What does it feel like? Tell us what it feels like.
It does. It feels like I said, it's such a primitive way to fish. I can touch the water with my hands. And like you said, you kind of almost forget you're in a boat. You're on the water. You're with the water. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite things about the kayak fishing too is just the beauty of nature that surrounds you. There's eagles swooping over you, whales, otters, sea lions. It's just, you can't duplicate that. It's so special.
It's kind of, this just popped in my head, but I lived in South Korea teaching English and stuff for like 5 years, and I didn't have a vehicle there, so I always rode my bike everywhere. And it's kind of like that. You're in a car versus a bike. And I remember this one time going up this massive mountain and going so slow in my mountain bike, looking down, and there was a bug crawling as fast as I was pedaling up this hill. And I'm like, if I was in a car, I would never be watching this little thing.
Wow.
It's just like, nothing speeds you by, right? Like you're in the element and in the zone.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and go to your video, but I got to figure out how this scene's going to work, you guys. Okay. So I got to get. Yeah, go ahead, Chris. While I'm setting this up, Chris is going to talk here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's funny. We were talking some of the guys in the shop earlier today just about, dreaming, hey, which is kind of the fun part to me of how could we just sit here and make these, we had 3 or 4 different kayaks set out in the shop, and it was like, what can we do to just make these better? How can we just have fun with these things? That's what I enjoy that part of it. What if we, put this here, added a rod holder here, put more rails over here, put, so you could throw a motor or something in the back over here. And that's kind of the fun thing, is just seeing what everybody's doing, Crystal and y'all, seeing y'all set up and trying to find ways to, make the foundation easier so that you guys can just take them out on the water and run with them and make them your own.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the fun part for me with the building and designing part of it. I don't have as much time. I got 3 small kids, so I don't have as much time to actually get out on the water. So usually when I do, I'm the guy that's got a small tackle box and 2 rods, and that's about it. I'm just like, we're just going to have some fun on the water today. I don't really care if we catch anything, but we're just going to have some fun. And
yeah, but that's 70% of the kayak anglers out there are in that boat, right? They go out on the weekend and they go out and have fun and just get out there.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, as a fairly new owner to Hoodoo, still a year and a half now?
Not even. It'd be a year in November.
So just to like see that you're out there doing that, looking for ways to improve new models and checks things out, bringing the skiff back, doing all that kind of stuff, like that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna play some of her. Your video is amazing, and we're gonna play some of it. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get through all of it, because we're gonna have Brandon here on here too. But I want to play this.
God, that feels good. Look at that.
Great.
Hey guys, my name is Crystal, and I am the better half of KC Kayak Fishing. I'm a saltwater angler from Vancouver Island, BC, Canada, and today I'm super pumped to show you my rig. And girls can yak off too.
That's awesome.
Look at that thing.
Awesome. You getting salt water off of it?
Yeah.
Sweet trailer too.
Yeah. These guys are all out. All in. How you want to put it? There you go.
All right, guys. Here she is in all her glory, my beautiful rig. And she is a Old Town Sportsman PDL 120. When it came to choosing my kayak, it was either between a Hobie or the Old Town. I decided to go with the Old Town simply because it's a little bit more stable for the type of fishing that I do. And also because there's plenty of dealers on the island. Here where we live, Hobie can be a little bit harder to get your hands on. And no regrets with this boat. As you notice, there's nothing honestly that fancy. We're not using trolling motors. There's not a whole bunch of fancy screens on it. But honestly, guys, for the type of fishing that I do, this does the job. One of the reasons that I like to keep my setup as simple as I can is because as saltwater anglers, we are targeting some pretty big species of fish. Here on the West Coast, we're often fishing for Chinook or king salmon. I've caught a few that are 20 plus pounds, and so weight capacity is something to keep in mind. Therefore, I like to limit the gear that I bring out with me. Also, just room to have the fish on the boat is another thing that I definitely need to think about when I'm out there. Also, just I'm a real kayak angler. I don't need all the fancy screens. Suck it, bass boys.
Well, let's go back. Yeah, we
Another reason when I'm out there. Also, just I'm a real kayak angler. I don't need all the fancy screens. Suck it, bass boys. That was supposed to be a blooper.
Man, you have just drawn the line right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was supposed to be a blooper.
What's that?
And Kyle added it. That was supposed to be a blooper, and Kyle added it in.
Oh,
so I was like,
awesome.
oh goodness.
That's gonna be that's gonna be one of our clips right there.
Oh boy.
Yes.
That's gonna be good. That is
make stickers.
Keith. That's juice, Keith.
Yeah, Brandon just texted me. He's jumping on right now, Marty.
Okay, I'll get him in here. And Chris, you want to stay with us?
Yeah, I'll hang around.
I'm gonna put him up. I'm gonna put him up here. We're gonna have a crowd here. It's gonna be good.
You can kick me out. Kick me
I'm
out.
not gonna kick you out. I just
No.
You want to be. You're one of our main sponsors. I do want to mention though, Yak Attack is one of this week's sponsors. D Hooker is a title sponsor. By the way, you mentioned about the stuff you have. You got one of these?
Not yet.
They don't have one yet, but they will have one soon.
You'll get one.
and yeah, like Marty mentioned, so D Hooker is again the presenting sponsor for the YakOffs, and they were the presenting sponsor of the first one. This time we also got we had a category. We built some new sponsorships because of the success of the first one, and Yak Attack came on as a category sponsor, so they're sponsoring the full thing too. So it's not just this week; they're a sponsor of like the entire event as well. And then people that believed in us in the beginning, like Chris at Hoodoo and all the other guys that came in and were our original 6 sponsors, they're all back, and We have battle sponsors this year, so there you can win individual prizes per week. There's 3 amazing grand prizes. One is a Hoodoo kayak with $500 gift card for YakAttack.
Wow.
Vibe kayak. Sorry, Chris, I had to say it. With a $500 gift card for YakAttack.
That's
and
a
third
different
grand. And a third grand prize is your choice of a trailer off the Malone website. And they've got some pretty awesome trailers. So there's going to be 3 grand prize winners. And whoever gets picked first gets to choose one of those 3. Second gets to choose one of the other 2. And third gets the third. But they're all pretty sweet prizes. So,
and these are prizes for anglers or people that vote?
These are prizes for the voting community only. The angler prizes are kind of the same. You get the belt, you get the cash prize to do with whatever you want. You get the publication stuff and the website stuff and all that. So it's been pretty good and exciting to have weekly battle sponsors too. So so people can not only kind of win that grand prize lottery kind of thing. There's going to be 15 different prizes that can be won each week. And we even got things this year, like I said last week, like when Marty and I did a show last week, but we got our first beverage sponsor for the YakOff. So Uncle John Cider Mill out of Michigan is sponsoring one of them because he loves following along. And he actually applied to be in these YakOffs, but I had so many applications. He's going to come on one of the next themes. But
I mean, Mike Iaconelli didn't make the cut. That's how special you are, Crystal.
Thank you.
It's true. And just so you guys know, I will throw this out there.
Yeah.
KC stands for
Kyle and Crystal.
Right.
Yes, Kyle and Crystal.
So I talked to these 2, and they knew about the Sea Otter Lodge thing and all that stuff we were doing, and we've been kind of chatting back and forth since then. And I said it'd be awesome to get one of you guys to join in. Kyle and Crystal decided to get Crystal in there to not only be the only Canadian in the event, but also our only female angler. So the KC kayak is both of them. But it's so awesome to have Crystal involved and also to have you involved with everything going on, Kyle. Like, I know I text you and call you too often, but I'm not a stalker. I promise I'm not a stalker. Anyone that's willing to answer my phone and talk about fishing, I'm ready to go. So
the only reason I didn't today is because my boss was standing right there.
Yeah.
I would have.
And what do you guys do for a living? Then? What do you guys do?
So I work at a pulp mill, pulp and paper mill, like pulp that goes to cardboard boxes and stuff like that.
Right,
12-hour shifts. It's pretty boring, but I get a lot of time to research fishing stuff.
There you go.
I've been a stay-at-home mom the last 8 years. Like I said, I have 4 kiddos. My youngest are twins, and they're 7. My oldest, she's 12. She's just getting into the kayak fishing as well.
Nice.
And this past year, I got back into the workforce as a family resource program facilitator. So I work with families and kiddos, and I absolutely love it.
Wow. My wife does that. She works with single moms and helps them with their kids from 0 to 3-year-olds. She does that.
Awesome.
Home visitor.
Wow.
Awesome.
And so she's a former band teacher, but anyway, that's pretty cool that you're helping people like that there, and might even get them out kayak fishing. Who knows?
You never know.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope that we're going to get Brandon here, because the thing is you're both from the Northwest, and he fishes for bass, and you fish for things that eat us.
Dinosaurs.
Real fish.
Not really, because they would die in the fresh water, but.
Well, I know, but Keith, you and I know what this is like for them up there.
Totally. I managed the lodge in Haida Gwaii for 5 years.
Okay.
I've been up on that coast a lot.
It's just, is there a lot of, like the northern part, is it like rocky like that with these little rock islands and all that stuff too?
We have mainly fished the southern part of the island, and then on the west side. We haven't really gone up north, but that is something that we would definitely like to do. We have a lot more water to explore.
A lot more open water, right? Like you don't fish as much of the island archipelago kind of stuff like in Kayakjak. It's not as protected. Yeah.
You're echoing.
I hear
We're all echoing.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's got something on. Uh-oh. Maybe it's somebody's microphones. I don't know. All right. So, man, I was hoping Brandon would be on here. We could get going here with that part. And then
that sounds much better now.
There we go.
Even the static is gone.
Let's. I'm gonna show some photos of her rig here because we usually do that too here, guys. Uh-oh, Rick. Old Sportsman PDL one. What's that echo?
That's your voice, Marty.
No, now you're echoing. Oh man. Here's some looks at your kayak. The water's crystal clear, isn't it?
Sometimes it's a little more murky. Depends on the tides too.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at the trailer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Look at that thing. Who built that?
He's a go big or go home kind of guy.
Oh, you're big. Now we got the echo again.
So you guys just use the 2 Old Towns in that trailer? Or do you have other boats as well?
Just the 2 Old Towns and a paddleboard.
And a paddleboard. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, look at that ling cod.
Yeah.
Oh man, she kissed it and let it go.
Oh no, I ate it.
You ate that one? Oh, poor.
Oh, I sure did.
Oh
Yeah, they're too
man,
good
that
to let
was.
go.
Oh.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
Brandon's in the waiting room, Marty.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get him in here.
He just
Brandon,
texted
we'll
me.
get you in. Let me find him. Hey,
There
Brandon.
he is.
What's going on, everyone?
You're
Sorry, I'm
probably
late.
all talked out.
Show to show.
Yeah,
I
back
I
podcast.
listened to the first half hour of that thing trying to get some juice from you.
Yeah.
So Brandon was just on with Darren Wendell, and he's also in these YakOffs. So he's got a big podcast as well. So how'd it go, Brandon?
It was a good time. Talked
Yeah.
a lot about tournament fishing and all that, and hopefully a lot of valuable info for other people to use, the next time they get ready for a tournament or if they're looking to get into it. So it was fun to talk fishing.
Sweet. Nice.
And what we want to do here though is we have a contrast of anglers here that are people are going to vote on your rig this week.
So first of all, Brandon, have you met these two?
Oh yeah, we got to do that.
Not yet. How's it going?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, man.
So this is Kyle and Crystal, and up in Casey Kayak Fishing in Northwest Vancouver Island, and then Chris is the owner of Hoodoo, who's the sponsor of this bracket and a big sponsor of the first initial YakOffs that believed me in this kind of idea and concept. And then Marty, obviously, and then this is Brandon, guys. So we have this right now. I said this to Marty earlier. It's kind of cool because Jake Suvak and I did this random draw to make these matchups, and nobody really ever wants to go first, but somebody has to go first. We did these draws, and it happened to be 2 West Coast anglers, but 2 totally different fisheries, because you're a West Coast angler that fishes bass tournaments, and you're a West Coast angler that does not fish bass tournaments, right? So it's pretty neat. So Brandon, you missed just us chatting about fishing, and then we did a little walkthrough. I watched a bit of Crystal's walkthrough. So now I guess, Marty, we're going to check out Brandon's.
Yeah. But and then Brandon, tell us exactly where you're from, though.
So I'm from Hillsboro, Oregon. So just a little bit west of Portland. Lived here my entire life and kind of travel a little bit up and down the West Coast to fish all these tournaments, and honestly fun fish as well.
Do you like catching smallmouth?
I do. Honestly, I'm not too picky when it comes to smallmouth or largemouth. Like my initial background came from like the freshwater fishery. That's why I did growing up. So fishing for sturgeon, surf perch, and going out to the jetties and fishing rockfish and crappie and all that stuff. I mean, that's kind of my initial background. But yeah, I think it was like 12 years ago I kind of got into bass fishing and just doing something different that everybody does around here.
Now, are you a catch release guy, or are you like Crystal that eats everything she catches?
Depends. We have something out here in November called the Walleye Social. One of the guys, Jim Davis, throws it on. So I took part of that this last year. So you can bet I'm taking some walleye home and having a fish fry.
There you go.
Totally.
And I'll bet both of you know how to cook that stuff too. I'll bet, don't you?
Sure do.
My cooking ain't the best because I don't really catch too many fish, but or keep them. So
yeah. Well, I know when we went up there, man, that was some of the best fish I ever ate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Marty took more pictures of food than he did of fish, I think.
I did. That's my deal. It's half my pictures were of the food.
Susan, he'd be like, Keith, did you see this dessert?
Got his priorities straight.
I made a video on just the sandwich.
That's awesome.
Because it was like, I'm serious. The bread,
like the fish and chips night, Marty.
Yeah, no, but the bread on the sandwiches was plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were out there fishing with that lunch bag for like 14 hours a day.
So. I know, and I couldn't even eat the whole sandwich. It was so big. Okay, so we're gonna play this here. We're gonna play a little bit of this, Brandon, but we encourage people to go in and watch these completely. Because I think one's 17 and one's 12, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Watch them completely and think check out the things that you like, and then underneath where the video you can see where you can get that stuff if you want to apply to your own boat, right?
Well, I don't know that deal that Crystal had, that device to pee in. I think as a guy, I wouldn't mind having that thing.
It's amazing.
So I have to tell you something that Wade from YakAttack developed.
Okay.
So I told you guys, Kyle and Crystal, you guys will get this, but bull kelp, right? Like the kelp in the Pacific that's got the big ball at the top with the big long tube float around everywhere. So when I was up at Langara, we used to use those as kelp bongs. So you would, with the guests, right? You cut the top off, cut it as like a big funnel, and you would drink a beer through it, right? As like a kelp beer bong funnel. So Wade from YakAttack, when it was rough out, figured out that same theory also works well for you to not have to stand up in your kayak in 10-foot swells and just put the other end of it into your scupper hole, and you just could pee into it.
He did that.
It was genius.
That's amazing.
Nature's resources.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Biodegradable.
And it's like you don't really want to stand up in 10-foot swells in the Pacific Ocean.
And also, before we get to Brandon, she had something unique as well that I have never seen before, and that was a rudder adjuster. What is that? What was that for?
Just those Yak hobby thumb nuts. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Just to adjust the tension on the rudder. I mean, there's so much expansion and contraction in these hulls. Like throughout the day, we launch early, we'll have a little less tension on it.
Okay.
Or a little more tension, and then as it heats up in the swell,
it loosens off.
Yeah.
Man,
it makes fine tuning it so much easier on the water, especially with two of us.
I mean, this thing is a science with you guys.
It's all he's the one that does all the research.
Trial and error.
Marty, they are Canadian.
I know. I mean, mine looks like a gypsy trailer when I get in. It's got stuff laying all over the place. And then you guys, both of you, Brandon and Crystal and Kyle, your kayaks are like what do you call it? They're simple, but they're clean. They're like clean. They're like, I mean, they're clean and efficient. Does that kind of make sense?
I think it's cool how you have like the saltwater version and also like the bass version, like with this first round. It kind of, I think it just shows everybody like what's to come with the rest of the rounds and all that, and just two different approaches, which nothing's right, nothing's wrong. But like,
exactly,
it's cool to make it yours.
Yeah, man. When I was driving home today, it's nice to say "Make It Yours" with YakAttack, one of our sponsors, by the way. But I was driving home from this trip today, and Jose Cinco, who's also in here from Cask King, he called me, and we were talking about the same thing that you just said, Brandon. And I was like, it's cool. These YakOffs can show you a boat from Florida to Minnesota to Northwest Vancouver Island. How you can have the same exact canvas, kind of, and totally build them separate as a different fishery.
Wow. Yeah.
Which
So
is the cool part about it. Yeah.
I just think it's so cool. And by the way, you guys know what a Hobie Lynx is?
Yep.
Tad Gerlach fishes in the ocean in a Hobie Lynx.
Wow.
That's nuts.
That's impressive.
I mean, I have one.
Marty,
Huh?
I'll say this, not always, because Chad, you guys know Chad from Hookup Baits? He's also in these. He is flying from San Diego to Revelstoke, where I live, tomorrow to fish with me on the Columbia for the next 10 days.
Right.
But he's in these competitions too. He just sent me his video of his new canoe U10 that he got wrapped.
Oh, wow.
In his hookup bait stuff. It looks pretty sick. It looks pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get to Brandon here. Let's get Brandon's a little bit of his video and see what he's done. And by the way, both of you just an incredible job with the video. Look at that.
NRX is in there.
Not the garage.
This is Oregon? Is that Oregon?
Oregon coast. The lake on the
What's
Oregon
going on,
coast.
everyone? Brandon Wall here, and I'm going to give you guys a full walkthrough of my tournament kayak setup. So it's a Bonafide PWR 129, and it's pretty decked out for all my tournament needs. It's currently sitting on a Snake River Locker single, has a bunch of upgrades that you can get for this trailer, like the bulletproof HD fenders, you have the step, tongue box, and everything between it has underglow. It has a tower that you can put your yak on the top water box. This is the ultimate, in my opinion, kayak tournament setup. So starting at the stern of the kayak, this kayak is being powered by a Torquil Travel Ultralight. It is about a 3 horsepower equivalent motor, and I got 2 batteries that you'll see underneath the seat to make sure that I can be here all day on the water. Nice thing about this is that the throttle, it lights up. It's the only one on the market, so that low light, early morning type tournaments, or even just casual days on the water, you know how much battery life you have, how fast you're going, all that stuff. No need to put your flashlight to it. This motor has been solid. You got a steel actual lift arm that from Innovative Sportsman that I upgraded for a lot of people who have the aluminum ones that come stock on this and other motors. It's a nice upgrade. You got an aluminum steering triangle as well, so that doesn't break if you hit a rock or something. But yeah, right there, we got the Torquil Travel Ultralight. You'll see that we got 2 massive poles next to it. This is Power Poles Micro, and these come with the 8-foot poles. So I decided to go 2 because on a single, you just get a lot of turning radius, and having 2 helps you stay put. I got these on some 1 objective brackets that I actually angled out. A lot of people make them just go straight to the back. I angled them out just so you have a little bit more surface area, and it actually helps with keeping it put. So when it comes to the rigging of the motor and the power pole, it's all pretty basic. We obviously have our lift assist, our reverse lock, our foot control steering so that we can use this hands-free and turn. But the nice thing about Bonafide is that they have these little tubes where you can run all your wiring. It keeps everything inside of the hole so that it can be clean. And then the power poles, one thing you'll see is that throughout this kayak, all my wiring externally has wiring loom. It protects it, makes sure that it doesn't get pinched or damaged over time. And then we got all this running to the PowerLink plate. And I actually have these Anderson plugs that I got off of Amazon, and they just plug right into it. So when I need it, I can plug it in. When I don't need it, I can unplug it. You got 2 of those as a cap so that it can stay waterproof. So next up, obviously we're in kayaks, we're low to the water. You always got to have a flag. I decided
Marty,
to
don't
use
show
the
them the whole
Busy
thing
Carbon
so
Pro
they can
from
go
Yak
watch.
Attack.
Got it.
Obviously high visibility.
I know,
You
I
have
could
the
see you,
360.
I could see you zoning in.
I've watched it so many
I
times.
was like,
Yeah.
I was like, that was
No,
pretty
but
cool. But I'm going to go to
and something cool too, Brandon. I know you do is you like to know everything that's going on in your boat. So you did all that wiring and rigging on your own, right?
Yeah, so I kind of have a full build series on my YouTube.
Yeah.
Just doing some things that maybe some people don't like. Have no idea you could do to a kayak. So I do everything.
Yeah, and which is cool too. So anybody out there watching or following along that sees something that these guys like, or that they have on their boats, reach out to Kyle or Crystal or Brandon, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to direct you to a video or walk you through what they did.
These are machines, man. It's just, guys. I mean, so Keith knows this. When I first started kayak fishing, this was not even imaginable. This stuff and what you guys have done, and so like I look back on those times when, basically when we had cars with no air conditioning, things like that. That's kind of was like for me in the kayak, and just what you've done and what manufacturers have done in taking the basic kayak and adding things to it. I mean, like Chris, from Hoodoo, you send out a kayak and you put quality stuff on there, and then these guys add even more to it.
Oh yeah.
And they come up with these ideas that, guys, and you probably haven't heard yet. And Keith, you've seen the picture. I put a transducer on a kayak. You know how I had it attached?
I do.
What was it?
A snorkel.
A snorkel.
Heck yeah.
And it went up. It went down the side of the kayak.
But this was last Wednesday.
Is one 25 years ago.
My screen was this big, and it had little dots where I could see the fish and the structure, down there. And that's how I caught wiper, was with that. But now it's like you can visually see them, with the stuff we have today. And then like yesterday, I was with Jonathan Dominguez down there in Missouri, and he had the new Garmin motor on his kayak, and it was in sync with his sonar unit.
Yeah.
And he could actually put a destination in, and the motor would take him to that destination.
Yeah.
And wireless steering pedals.
It's crazy how much technology has evolved. Like
wireless steering pedals, and you can use the remote control to point where you want to go. And it's like driving a skid steer. Actually, I used one in Orlando at ICAST. It's like a skid steer where you're like, you can just do anything you want.
So will Hoodoo be coming out with a jet boat soon?
No. No, we're not.
No.
There's jet boats. There's jet kayaks.
Yep.
And so, Crystal, I love your what do you call that? Not traditionalist. There's a name for it. I can't think of it right now. But that's, I love paddling and pedaling, man. That's just how I am. But I know, Brandon, when you're underwater, you want to be more efficient, right? You want to get more casts in. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean,
and Brandon's also a tournament fisherman, and Crystal and Kyle are not tournament fishermen.
Right.
Anglers, sorry.
Right. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, like I said earlier, that's the cool part. It's like you have two different approaches between Crystal's and also my kayak. Yeah. Like when I first got into kayak fishing, which was 4 years ago, this was before really motors started kind of being a thing. So I just had a little pro angler, and I just had the 360 drive, and that was it, and I got around.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd probably get another one just to do that. If
when I can
Yeah.
I can show you it right back there, but I've got an Old Town Trident 13 that was my first one that I probably got 14 years ago or longer. And I still have not put anything on that boat because once in a while I just take it out with a milk crate and a rod holder and just go fishing. Yeah. And there's nothing else on it. And it's one of my favorite boats for sure.
And I do want to say to everybody watching is what you saw in this video, you do not need all of that to get out and go fish. I liked modifying things and doing all that stuff, so that's why I do it. But I've also had help along the way, so that's allowed me to kind of build what I did. But my first kayak wasn't anywhere near that.
Yeah, personal preference.
And I also came from the bass boat world as well.
Right.
So,
And we've been saying they're not even kayaks anymore; they're miniature bass boats.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, but at the same time, like Crystal, you mentioned, you're touching the water, and do you before the fish appears and you're sitting next to the water, do you get the heebie-jeebies?
No, actually, I don't. No,
really?
I am one with the ocean. I absolutely love it. As long as I don't fall in. If I fall in, that's a whole other.
Yeah.
I like being on it, not in it. No, I just when I'm trolling for salmon, especially, it's just so relaxing. I'm just taking it all in, everything around me.
I've honestly been thinking about getting another kayak to do some ocean stuff. Jim Davis has been trying to get me out a whole bunch, and I'm like, probably not with this rig, but if I had something else, maybe I would.
Yeah.
Get back to my roots.
Well, I gotta say, tell you guys this. Trevor Powell, hey Marty, up at Sea Otter.
Yeah.
He was on the Vibe. Which one did we have? The Kubera.
Sure. Oh, okay.
No, the paddleboard, the inflatable.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah,
Trevor was out there in 10-foot rollers.
Yeah.
You'll see him next week in the second round against
I
Cam
showed,
Smith.
I showed that picture to the secretary at the school I was at today. I showed the picture of Trevor just today, and she said, "Is that guy in a boat that's sinking?"
No, he was in a 10-foot inflatable.
Yeah,
like
inflatable
way
paddleboard.
off there in 10-foot rollers.
Yeah, and just jetting around, cool. Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I want to tell the people though, at some point they'll be watching this because a lot of people this will go on a lot of podcasts, you guys, so people will pick it up and listen. But the way you vote, you just go in and there's all kinds of ways to vote, Keith, and you can take over if you want, but you click to vote and you go in. I don't know if it's going to even.
Yeah, there's a few different places where you can go click in to vote. Go back up, Marty.
Yeah.
And I should know this. Is it one vote per day or one vote per round?
Oh yeah, one per day.
So when you go in, so when you go in, you can. There's a way to get like bonus votes towards the grand prizes. So you go in and you vote for your angler choice. You can do that every day. So if you love both anglers, you could do 3 for one and 4 for the other throughout the week, or whatever. Yeah. But when you go through and do that the first time, it takes you to a bonus page where you can like follow Brandon and follow Crystal here and follow YakAttack and watch this de-hooker video and like Kudu Sports and like this kind of stuff. But you can only do that once a week.
Okay.
So, but you can go vote for the angler each time.
There you go, Brandon. You ever get wrapped up in those polls?
I don't. It's back there on the tether tubes on the black pack. I never really, I don't know. I don't like overhand cast. I like the side cast a lot because with bass fishing, it's like, trying to make that quiet approach of that bait in the water. Yeah. So I don't really have issues with it.
We call those overcast guys flag grabbers.
Is that what they call them?
Are you, Brandon, so Crystal and Kyle, I'm sure I know your answer for this, but are you more of a stand-up fisherman, Brandon, or sit-down, or both?
It depends. I like to stand up whenever I can. That's why I kind of have that foot control steering in mind. Like, if I want to go kind of burn down the bank a little bit, I can stand up, use kind of like my shins to control it. I just set a speed on my motor and just go down.
Right.
That's just what I'm used to. But it just depends on the situation. I like to fish offshore quite a bit, and that's kind of like my bread and butter growing up. Okay. So, obviously, offshore, I'm not going to stand up the whole time.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. All right, we got to do what we got to do because I know we've been here. This has been fun, though, huh, Keith?
For sure. It's always fun talking to you, Marty.
No, not me. These guys. Keith? Well, I'm setting them up right now for the stare down.
Oh, right.
Oh, there we
forgot about that.
The dramatic.
We do this.
Getting out of this one.
Chris, I might cover you just a little bit here. I'm hoping not to, but
that's fine. That's fine.
Make Crystal a bit bigger here.
All right, so what we're gonna have you guys do? We're gonna
expand Crystal a bit here, Marty.
Huh?
You gotta expand Crystal a bit, and make the size the same.
I'm getting there.
What are we supposed to do?
Stare at each other. Apparently.
No, you got to do the.
It's like a boxing match.
You're gonna turn sideways.
It's something that came up last time.
And then we then what we do is make memes out of it.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
Marty, pull Crystal down a little bit. She looks.
Crystal, if you don't approve, I won't approve as well.
Go down right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
So
I think they're making us do this.
You have no say in anything we do now. So, I'm just kidding.
Is there a waiver?
Yeah.
Okay, get ready. I'm gonna make a screenshot of it because we use that.
Just like
I got.
Yeah. No,
there you go.
Wait a minute.
Just like that, but
Crystal, you got to back up a little bit because your fist is out of the screen.
There you go.
A little more. Back up.
Oh, there you go.
Now, don't look at us. You got to look straight ahead.
There you go. That's better.
Hold on.
You got to make a mean face, not a smiley Canadian face.
I got it. I got a good one.
I don't know how to be mean.
Goodness.
Oh wait. Oh, hold it. Is her eyes closed? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, come on, Marty.
Some people.
I got it, Marty.
Some people. So. I don't know. Anyway, we got it, Keith. That's a tradition we've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just kind of started out. And speaking of that, like these podcasts were never. I mentioned this last week, but nobody else was on except Marty and I. As far as like guests, but Marty was in the inaugural YakOffs and offered to bring us on and do this weekly on his podcast. So then this year, or this season, I guess, because it's the same year, we actually brought Marty on to be our full-on weekly host. So he's a contract worker now for Wire to Fish and Kayak Angler and Delta Digital and everything. So Marty's now full-on doing this, working for us. So it's pretty awesome.
No more retirement. And I'm not retired anymore.
Marty is the busiest retired guy I know.
Oh my God.
He taught grade 3 substitution teaching this afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then when I called him, he didn't answer. He's like, dude, I've just finished mowing my lawn again for the second time in 3 days. Nebraska's grass is going on fire. It's crazy.
Yeah, it rained a lot here, so we've been mowing about every 4 or 5 days here. But no, it's been fun, man. It's been fun. And then writing for all these magazines and stuff's been fun. Just living a dream. You guys are too. And
selling Nico rigs.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's another thing. The Nico rig. There, Brandon, there you go. That thing's on fire, man.
Nico rig.
Yeah, but you got to get these though.
You got to get Marty's.
You got to get those.
I like that. That fit good on this. Literally.
Actually, I have them on the SMH worm, which I know you like to throw. Mm-hmm. I have red bug color on the SMH worm right now.
Okay, I like that.
So maybe we can get your address and send you some to try. How about that?
That'd be awesome.
Thank you. Your address, and I'll get them to you.
Sounds great. Thank you.
It looks like he doesn't have any more room for tackle in his garage.
He's always be roommate. Think about this. You saw their trailer. You see his little shop there. These guys, there's a reason why their kayak builds are the way they are. Look at them.
That's crazy.
They're so organized. I mean, like I said, mine looks like oh my gosh.
I try to be organized as much as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, from the early days of like, oh, I ran out of this, go to the store, and then you find a plastic bag in the corner with whatever you went to go buy. And I just learned quickly, like, I need to get my stuff together.
Yeah.
My son and I drove down to pick up all this stuff today in Washington, and we literally had a hookup baits tailgate party because Chad sent so much tackle, so many hookup baits, and I repacked them into empty tackle boxes because I was fishing in the States.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I know what that means. I know what that means.
Yeah.
Same place you sent me those kayaks to, Chris.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I still have the voicemail from your Border Patrol agent.
Oh yeah, when they call you, is this a thing?
Well, I
don't I look trustworthy?
I got a great custom story too someday too, where I got detained. Hang up right now. Anyway, so we're going to finish up here, Keith, and then the main thing though is everybody that listens, we hope that you'll take some time to vote, and you can vote each day. And you guys, like Crystal, you got 4 kids, get 4 accounts, get them voting.
Get some email addresses.
Yeah.
Get all the bonus points, like all the pages.
That's right.
Yeah,
there's a lot of bonus points. So tell your friends and your sponsors.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, we got some awesome prizes, but more importantly, if people are actually into kayak fishing, like that, then get them to go because you can learn a lot. But one thing I found out in the first round was people that were fans were giving like the pro anglers that were involved some pointers that they had never seen before, because everybody DIY stuff and does stuff their own way, and you never know what might work for yourself. And That's kind of the whole point of the whole thing, and just like building everyone's socials up and just getting more exposure and getting more love for the sport and getting everything out there. And even just this, like half of you guys here didn't know each other before an hour and 25 minutes and 30 seconds ago.
Yep. And we've had a lot of people on here tonight, off and on, and like I said, some people they'll take this podcast and they'll drive down the road and listen to the whole thing then, so that's kind of what I do too. But they tell me that they're really intrigued by it, and everybody always learns something from this, and I'm sure tonight they learned a lot.
And we always do fun giveaways at the end.
Oh yeah, we got to do a giveaway. Here it is, Brandon. This is for you, Brandon. I don't know who that is. Organic. Those Marty Nico rigs definitely there you go. There you go.
I'm excited to get my hands on some and put in the work.
I think that's Marty's other handle.
Yeah.
No, it's not mine. Hey, Brandon, I was in a tournament last Saturday. That Nico head, the top 4 guys used it.
All right. Well, I could use that going into my championship in October at Potholes.
Okay, we got to get them to. I'm telling you that it will help that SMH one because I use that same color. Using plum?
No, Purple Rain.
Oh, Purple Rain. Oh, I got the color for that. Don't worry, I'll send you that. So.
Awesome.
We met, or I don't know who this is. Derek, we met at Perry Lake, Kansas. Perry. Oh, Derek. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know who he is. Yeah. Derek.
How are you guys doing there?
Huh? I'm in some place every day, somewhere different. So I can't remember where I was at. But.
What were you asking, Brandon?
How are you guys doing the giveaways? Is it just like random? Like
we just kind of come up with a question and see who can answer it first, and someone who's watching.
Let's do a question, and this is for what, Keith?
So we can. I mean, there's lots of things we can do. I know you asked about something today, Marty. We could do that as well, or we could. So first of all, Kyle, Crystal, and Brandon. I'm going to get everybody like we did in the last one, some of those de-hooker tools and probably some Guardian Angel light sets for all of the anglers involved. So I'll be asking for addresses and stuff, and we'll get all that lined up when we have our first big group meeting, Google Meets thing, probably this week. But we'll talk about that later. But for the audience out there, let's give away a de-hooker tool tonight, Marty.
Okay.
And my question would be... Or Marty, do you have a question?
I have a question.
Okay, you go first. Or you go. You give away the de-hooker. Oh, crap. De-hooker just texted me. They said, what the hell?
He did?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, so this is for a de-hooker.
Yeah.
So,
okay, what's your question?
So, and it's not up there right now. So the first one to answer, what kind of kayak Crystal uses, what brand kayak Crystal's using right now. Let's see if we get any answers. We got a lot of people on.
I know.
You can't answer.
Wait a minute. Should we ban Tanya from winning anything this year because she won everything last spring?
Yeah, well,
I think I shipped her something last time too.
You shipped her a cooler.
Yeah.
She won a lot of stuff. I don't. No one's answered. Oh, here we go. Oh, Jennifer wins. Jennifer, you need one of these. Jennifer Solberg.
Organic. Oh no, yet.
Organic got it.
Oh, Organic got it? Oh, Organic got it. I'm sorry.
I can't even see.
2 seconds.
Got it. That's Derek.
2 seconds.
You got to message me your address if you want this thing. And then Jennifer, you were runner-up on that one. So here we go. Another question. Oh, your mom was on, Crystal, I think.
She was, yeah.
I know that's your mom. You know how I know that? Because moms, like the people my generation, they don't put their profile pics. They just put letters.
Correct. It's true. It's true.
We'll get you a
for a fact.
I can get
you that.
Lydia, is it Lydia?
Yeah.
Lydia,
I can get you a de-hooker tool too.
Wow. Can we get Jennifer one? Come on.
Yeah, we will for sure.
Jennifer, send me your address. We'll get you one. All right, and then I do have, because I got approval, this bait safe, and you guys might be interested in something like this. This covers your hooks on the pole, and it's you know how those wraps, you got to unwrap them and they're Velcroed? This just clips on and off. So like you have
That's
your
like
lure,
a clam
it's a
pack.
clamshell, yeah, and it covers it up.
Okay.
And I love them. Anyway, I have a guy in Texas I work with. It's called Bait Safe by Sims Tackle, and it's on Amazon as well. But we're going to give away a pair of these, a little one and a big one, for the next question. Keith, you have a question?
I want to let Chris throw out a question as
Chris, you got a question? And
it can't be like, what kind of beers did Keith and I share in Orlando? That would be different.
Let's see. What kind of trailer does Brandon use?
Ooh.
Good one.
Let me
That's a good one.
Put this up here.
That's a good one. All right.
That's a good question. And they are also one of our battle sponsors during these YakOffs.
Oh, so there you go.
If you don't know, scroll down on the homepage and maybe you can see a logo.
What's this prize for? What's this prize for?
You just said your bait safe.
Oh, the bait. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, guys, you probably figured out by now.
You can't renegotiate, Marty.
Yeah, I was on medication for ADHD in the late 50s. And I went off of it fast. I've never had medications in my life. Well, my wife made me go on this ADHD medicine because I couldn't keep track of stuff, you know what I mean? But, all right, so there we go. Anybody gonna answer?
Trailer. I guess I threw a tough one out there.
You did. That is a tough one. You did. That's a good one though. It's not one. They're researching it right now. They're all researching it.
Yeah.
Looking it up. We're gonna have somebody answer here in any second. And this is the fun part, man. Oh, here we go. Tanya. Does he have a Malone?
Malone.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
Tanya.
Although they are a sponsor too, but
they are a sponsor as well.
Good trailers too.
Brandon showed it in his little video clip that Marty was showing there.
He did. He showed it. See if there's on.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Talked about the fancy fenders too.
Yep. Bulletproofs.
It's at the beginning of the video.
Yep. And like I said, if you scroll down on the YakOff page, there's a logo there. The other trailer company. Just saying. Come on, Lydia.
Since we're waiting on this, is it cool if I do a little giveaway as well? Like a digital gift card?
Sure. Yeah, totally.
There you go. Digital gift card. For a bait?
For tackle, for discount tackle.
Discount tackle.
You just can't say if you go vote for me right now.
No.
There you go. That's fine. Yeah, we can do that. But guys, if you win something, please message me and tell me what you won. I will forward that on to those guys and make sure we
Marty
get
will send that info to me and the address, and I'll get it sent out.
She can't remember the name. Tanya can't remember the name. And Jennifer's going to rewatch and try to find out. There's a few people. Everybody's going to bed now, so it's 9:30 here. Right. You guys are out there on the...
It could be the first email that comes to you, Marty, or something like that, too.
Yeah.
Or we hold it till next week.
Yeah.
But Brandon, if you want to do that, go ahead, man.
What's the question, Brandon?
Sweet. Well, first off, we got a $10 gift card to Discount Tackle, the big retailer that does shipping nationwide. I believe they actually do Canada as well. But my question is, what was the brand of kayaks that I ran before jumping to this Bonafide PWR? I mentioned it earlier.
I know.
Let's see.
Let's see if anybody answers. This is like quiz bowl.
We need some like Jeopardy music in the background of this, Marty.
I don't have any Jeopardy. I don't have any Jeopardy music. I barely have music because I don't know how to run it. Here, I'll get some kind of music.
Start throwing brands out there.
There's some.
That's exciting.
That's all.
Hopefully, that wasn't too hard of a question.
We're not getting the answers, you guys. Everybody's like stumped.
Pay attention.
There's no one answering. We We need to do these in the middle of the show too, a little bit, Keith. That'll help a little bit too.
Should I switch up the question?
Yeah, maybe. Make it easier. I don't know.
What state do I live in?
Oh, how about this? Is that Snake River, right?
Oh, that's it. That's the trailer.
There you go.
Okay.
Snake River Manufacturing.
Derek's getting 2 prizes. Derek, send me your address.
You only need to send the address once, though.
Yeah, just once. Yeah. Okay.
So what state do I live in? $10 gift card. Ooh, in Tanya.
What state you live in?
Yep. Oregon. That is correct.
Who got it?
Tanya.
Tanya, you're cleaning up again.
Yeah, she won everything last year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She's going to have a...
Anya actually sent me a picture of her hoodoo cooler, her de-hooker tool, her guardian angel lights, like all the stuff that she won on these podcasts last time. She's like...
There you go. Yeah. Pays to listen, huh?
Now, hey, Keith, what does the winner of this bracket contest win? How much money?
Of the whole YakOffs?
Yeah.
For the angler?
Yeah.
Right now, it's currently at $2,500 US cash to do with whatever you want, and then all the other stuff that goes along with it. But the coolest thing is actually the championship belt.
The belt.
That's
if you saw the belt at ICAST, it was pretty awesome. It was hard for me to give away, actually.
I'll bet.
I also have now purchased the same style of belt for my fantasy football league. So
that was pretty cool to see walking around at ICAST.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, guys, Marty, everybody, thanks for joining. This was the first one, and everyone for watching too out there in Kayak Angler Land. But Marty, we have to make an announcement because we decided moving forward, we're switching these to Wednesday nights instead of Tuesday nights.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a lot of podcasts, like as Brandon was on tonight, that are on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch these YakOff podcasts to Wednesday nights at 8 Central.
Yeah.
6 Pacific.
And we're going to try to
9 Eastern, whatever time that is in Russia, I don't know.
We appreciate you guys coming on and spending so much time with everyone tonight. And again, I just got to compliment both of you and your husband too, Kyle, Crystal, on what you guys have done with your kayaks and what you're doing in the community as well, and not just for yourself but for everybody else. You know, that's what we do. You know, so pretty cool. Yeah. And I'm sure that you're going to have people reaching out to you to want to talk some more. So good luck, and let the votes begin. The votes have already started, and we
actually got a ton of votes in today.
Yeah,
I had some phone calls too from people. I'm not going to give you guys any hints, but let's just say you both got votes. You both got people in your corner, and it was only the first day, so it was very cool. Like, people were calling me, and I also drove for 12 hours, so I answered everything because I was bored. But
there you go.
But and the other thing is, like, huge thanks to all the sponsors, Chris, again, for coming on with Hoodoo. Everybody else, we had 6 sponsors for the first round, and we've got 14 already in this round. So
isn't that cool?
It's been super successful and educational and fun. So that's kind of why we did it again. And we have some plans for some new ones down the road. Marty and I have already discussed, but not just going to be like pro sponsored anglers. Now we're going to be doing like the next gen college kind of anglers with mentors to help them out, some kids ones, some different, like, total different themes. Keep the prizes actually the same for the anglers, just to make it fair, but at the same time, bring it in so everybody can get involved, like a weekend warrior battle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, that's cool, but I can't get sponsored by Torpedo and Bonafide and Old Town and blah, blah, blah. Right.
There's a lot of things happening in the kayak world, you guys, that we know that it'll be out soon.
Soon, Marty and I are working on something really big in the college industry.
Really big. I mean, big.
Pilot program is to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? It's going to start in Nebraska. That's cool.
Yep. That's all you get right now.
All right.
That's all.
That's
And
quite
it's
the
not
teaser.
a big kayak that looks like a 13-foot piece of corn.
No, that's hey. There you go, Chris. Can you design one that looks like a corn cob?
Oh, I could wrap one for you. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
would be cool to have a
That'd be
corn
awesome.
wrapped kayak.
Especially if you put like butter on the bow and it melted in the sun.
Yeah.
We'll have to take that offline, Marty.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's. We're gonna wind this down. I'll get some music. You guys, thank you again for.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it, guys.
And good luck, eh?
Later.
Let the voting begin.
Yeah.
Voting begin.
Good luck, guys.